If you watch the first and maybe even the second video, part two, but if you watch the original video on this playlist about this August 10th date, all the fireworks were popping off. And it's so funny, iPad Go does show, the fireworks popping off, but more importantly, representing gunshots and bang bang and Sirius the Dog Star going dormant, which is, what this day's all about. It's now July 5th. It's after midnight. But there's one other big item I want to get into before I close this, and this will be part five. And this one's the most fascinating. Well, it's not the most fascinating, but it's very fascinating. They did this Kobe Bryant helicopter FAKE crash ritual. And when you run it to the 86ing day, it gives you the year of 2023. And then it gives you the year on the rising day of 2025. But more importantly, it's 5 years, 6 months, 17 days on the rising day, 6 months, 15 days on the event day, 289 in the weeks, Mustang 289, 66 months, both times. And it's like, that's when Batman Begins came out, was on 6/15, and then its other release date was on 6/17, representing Rising. That was in United States to United Kingdom. Why in the world would they be on different days? I mean, but Rose on the third day, and of course, The Dark Knight Rises came out on the third day after The Dark Knight, so they did a lot of different rituals there. But that's just mind-blowing to me that they've got the year on there. And yeah, what else real quick since we're here? I knew a rest in peace. Um, on the rising day, he would have been 66 years, 1 month, 17 days for 66 book of the Bible, 11/7, 1 month, 17 days. And it's also 66/17 or Bible 66 and fused with 6/17, June 17th, representing the rising day. Remember, 6/17 is the 113th prime number. When you come up to your prime numbers, there it is right there. Your 113th prime number is 6/17. One World Trade Tower opened on 11/3. Also, March 11th, opposite 9/11 is your 113 code. Again, most countries write the date 113. So, I mean, that's a personal cipher, and he's got 79 in the months. But I found that one really fascinating. What else? The Batman Begins of 6/15/2005, which also began that mathematical anomaly that I've shown y'all before, of the rotating two sets of birthdays, one in 1973, one in 1961. It's any combination of where the month and the day give you a 28 and then a 42, or 28 for 1973 and a 42 for 1961. And it has that mathematical anomaly of rotating numbers for infinity. And in the year Batman Begins, 2005, it ends the 16th 15th and 16th year ends with a 626, 126 rotation. Then it gets into 627, 127. 627, 127, all the way through until 2023 when it began 628, 128. So there's that 2023 again to 2025. And the combination of those two, any birth that would take place with those combinations in those 2 years that are 12 years apart begins with 45, and then it has 500 also in there for Antichrist, which is a big deal. And there we're looking at 7361, which are the 2 years, 1973 and 1961, for Batman Begins, which was 2005, to our event day. I just found that personal cipher just mind-boggling. And the Batman Begins in England it's going to be the same. It's a palindrome, 212. I'm sorry, it's not. The Tokyo premiere, though, was on May 31st. I've never looked at that before. 73, 76, and then 73, 78. The 378 is very fascinating. It's just another personal side. Well, if somebody is born with a combination 3 times 19 times 1998, their number begins with the 11-3, the rising of One World Trade Tower representing the beast rising from the pit. Their number also has 138 from Donald Trump and Simple Gematria. Their number has the 38, which is the death and the murder, and the two different base ciphers. And the 88, which is Trump and Simple Gematria, being 86th. It's a very unique number. 3 times 19 times 1998. That number divides evenly by 37. Anybody does born 1961 or 1998 every 37 years. And when you divide their number by 37, the prime number for the church, or the number that goes into 111 all the way through 999, including 666, they have the 3078. And so when you see that 378, that's just a really big deal too for that Batman Begins. And interesting connections there. It's also 1054 in the weeks, which is the time of birth. Trump was born 10:54 a.m. Just like 8 minutes after I was born. I was born at 10:46 a.m. Both our moms' middle name is Anne, Anne, spelling. I tell you, what else? Prestige has the 8 for August and 25th. I know what it was. It was the car tag, and Back to the Future was a August car tag. I think I forgot to mention that. But it does have 825 in the URL for August of 2025. So the Prestige, let's look at it through this lens this time. And it's got 3 dates. So let's load them all up because that represents rising the Prestige. So when you look at the Prestige, it has 3 different release dates or premiere dates. And you got the El Capitan premiere. You got United States October 20th, United Kingdom November 10th. You got 6874 on the rising day. 68 is reversal of 86, so it represents rising. You got 6871 on the other, and you've got 6850 on the other. They all have the 68, which is the reversal of 86. And in the movie The Town, they actually gave us that car tag. In the film The Town, they gave us the 68 and the 86. If I have that here, it's in one of them. Hang on a second. That's from the film The Town. You got the 68 and the 86. Looks like a QR code in the middle there, huh? A Q and a R. I don't know what that is. But something else just popped in my head. If I can remember what that was. Hang on a second. Let me clear my brain. Yeah, the town is interesting all over the place. It's 777 weeks. It's when you include both dates, it's 5444 days. Prime number for the church, end times church, 144. The other date on the 8th, it's 179 months, 79 murder. But anyway, what else? I know what it was I wanted to tell you a long time ago now. It is the fact that No Time to Die came out on, work with me here now, because most countries write dates backwards than we do here in the United States. And that's how we explain 9/11 is really Revelation 11:7, because September was once the seventh month, October, octagon, octopus was the eighth month, all the way through December. Decade, decameter, tens, December, DEC. November was the ninth month, so on and so forth. No Time to Die came out on 10/8, October 8th, which stood for 88. This event day, No Time to Die, he can't die on that day. It's the twin of the clone that does, is August 10th or 8/10, the reversal of 10/8. That's actually what the very beginning of this video, when I said this is fascinating, and then my mind went blank because I didn't have it written down anywhere. It was in my head. But I just saw this No Time to Die, and then the Lord popped it back in my head. Yeah, the Quantum Leap episode airing was to our rising day is 121/86. And that's what the Antichrist does. The 86 is the church overtime. Wow, that's also a zip code, 33411. Not going to get into that. Woof. But wow, that's well, I thought I was recording and I didn't, but the October 2nd, 2020, when he had the illness. So I don't know how long I was, or all the stuff I was talking about, but it's 1776 to the rising day. And when he said he had the illness, if you run it to the rising day, it's 1776. And if you run it to the event day, it ended up being 4 years, 10 months, 8 days, which is the reversal of 8/10. So I don't know if I included in my recording here that this 8/10 date is the reversal of 10/8 of No Time to Die, which of course it is no time for him to die. He doesn't really die. But that's absolutely fascinating that they if we have our date and it ends up being 8/10, that No Time Today came out on 10/8, which October 8th or 88, then it's 58 months, 8 days for 588. If you include both dates, it jumps to 58 months, 9 days. 589 is his name in Jewish gematria, Donald Trump, the Hebrew, Jewish Hebrew. Wow, that's a big deal. And also again with the 88 with October 8th or 10 months, 8 days or 58 months, 8 days, you do have the 88 and the 10/8 coded. And that's when he announced he had the illness. Now he wore the mask at Walter Reed. If we key in mask, like to run that date. 7/11/2020. So 7/11/2020. Two-hour rising day, 1858. 5 years, 1 month, 1 day. There's nothing really big that sticks out there. So, a great time to end. All right, love you guys.